Hello and welcome to this rustic house knits video. Today I'm going to show you the modified Kitchener stitch, which is used to bind off my Olivo cowl. In this piece, the bind off is worked in the middle front to join these two lace panels together. And as you can see, the Kitchener stitch creates an almost invisible bind off. First I'm going to explain the basics of this bind off. It's usually used in pieces like socks or mittens where we have all the knit stitches facing on the front needle and the purl stitches facing on the back needle. To work this bind off, we need to enter each stitch twice with the tapestry needle. If we have a knit stitch facing, we first enter to the stitch purlwise, and the second time we enter knitwise. If we are talking about a purl stitch, we first enter knitwise, and the second time purlwise. To begin this bind off, we need to work a setup where we enter on the first stitch on each needle once. Having a knit stitch here, I have to enter purlwise and a purl stitch here, I enter knitwise. Pull yarn through, but do not pull it very tight because this bind off is supposed to create a line of stitches between the live stitches on the needles. After the setup, we are ready to begin the repeats to bind off all the stitches. So knit stitch, entering the second time, we enter knitwise and drop the stitch off the needle. We enter first time to the stitch and we enter purlwise. Pull yarn through but not tight. Here we have these purl stitches, so we enter purlwise and off the needle, knitwise and leave the stitch on the needle. Knit stitch, knitwise off the needle, purlwise on the needle, purl stitch, purlwise off the needle, knitwise on the needle. In these cases where all the stitches here have knit side facing and we have the purl stitches here, it's rather simple. But as we can see in this piece, we have both knit and purl columns to bind off. You will have your front panels attached to the front piece like this. And you have your main color tail coming from here. Now hold your needles parallel to each other and start binding off, paying attention on the next stitch you have on your needle, if it's a purl or a knit stitch. First we need to work the setup again. So having a knit stitch, we enter purlwise. And here clearly it's a purl stitch, so we enter first knitwise. And now we start repeating the steps. Knitwise off the needle. But now the next stitch is a purl stitch, so we enter first knitwise. Purl stitch, purlwise off the needle. Having a knit stitch, we first enter purlwise and leave the stitch on the needle. Purl stitch, so it's purlwise off the needle. Knit stitch, entering first time, purlwise, and leave it on the needle. Knit stitch, knitwise off the needle, purl stitch, knitwise and leave it on the needle. Now we have 3 knit stitch columns, so it gets simpler. Knitwise off, purlwise on. Purlwise off, knitwise on. Knitwise off, purlwise on. Purlwise off, knitwise on. Now the next column is a purl stitch, so knitwise off the needle, knitwise on the needle, purlwise off the needle, and we have a knit stitch, so purlwise on the needle. Two purl stitches, so purlwise off, knitwise on. Two knit columns, knitwise off, purlwise on. And now the stitches change again. Purlwise off the needle, and as we have a knit stitch, it's purlwise on the needle. Knit stitch, knitwise off the needle, purl stitch, knitwise on the needle. Now keep on binding off like this until you have 2 main color stitches on both needles. And now I have my last 2 main color stitches left, and I have passed once on both these stitches. So this step will be done as we have done so far. So I have a purl column, purlwise off, knitwise on. Knit stitches, knitwise on, purlwise off. And now we are going to end this bind off with this color, so we work once each stitch. Purlwise off, knitwise off. Now remove your tapestry needle and place your yarn behind of work. Take your contrasting color yarn and bind off the last stitches with this color. The first stitches are knit stitch columns. First remember to work the setup, which was purlwise on the needle, knitwise on the needle. And now repeat knitwise off the needle, purlwise on the needle, purlwise off the needle, knitwise on the needle. Now we do have purl stitches here, but this was the garter stitch edging, so we are going to treat all these stitches like these were knit and the back needle were purl stitches to keep the edge as it was established. So we keep on going. Knitwise off the needle, purlwise on the needle, purlwise off the needle, knitwise on the needle, knitwise off the needle, purlwise on, purlwise off, knitwise on. And now the last step, to drop off the last stitches. Knitwise off, purlwise off. And now you are ready to bind off. No, I'm sorry, you are ready to wave in your ends. Block your item and enjoy. Thank you for watching and happy knitting.